City's starting group. Locking at the 4 with Perkins and the pivot. Russell Westbrook out there with Reggie Jackson. And it's Durant in at the small forward.
Chris Bosh in some ways has been the overlooked, underrated member of the Big Three in Miami, but extremely valuable. Nice complementary scorer and understated defensively. But with LeBron gone now, he becomes more of a focal point offensively.
Thunder on D. Bosh, a screen on Jackson. Wade with it. It's Ibaka picking him up. Outside Dang. Back to Wade. Bosh, that's the pick for Wade. Off the pick. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
That's a solidly executed pick play. I mean, it paid dividends with that nice dunk.
Exactly the result they were looking for.
Yeah, it worked so well. I mean, that set did not shuffle his feet. Really well done there offensively.
And so here is Oklahoma City following the score by Miami. And Durant, here we go. Nice D from Dang.
It's kind of a shocker. The defense was there, but it wasn't right in his face. Out of character for him to miss those.
Westbrook kicks to Jackson. No good. Good D by Wade.
You see the defenders get out of his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the bucket, but not that time.
An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Excellent communication between teammates on the alley-oop there.
And that's what you need to pull that off.
Well, both ends of that play, just fantastic.
Now let's go to Doris Burke, who had a chance to catch up with head coach Scott Brooks.
The phrase superstar gets tossed around the league a lot these days, but that is how he described Dwayne Wade. He said that D. Wade's the guy we'll be giving the most attention to because he can function either as a playmaker or a scorer, saying no matter what he chooses to do, he can hurt you. We have to be ready for everything. Easier said than done, guys.
And thanks for that story, Doris. Out of bounds, Oklahoma City takes possession. For Oklahoma City, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. The feed to Westbrook. Bosh against Ibaka. Now here's Jackson. Lock at 6. Outside Durant. And he hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him.
And they're now 1 for 5 to start this game, so having trouble finding any offensive rhythm.
And the lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
You know, Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
Yeah, what a beautiful connection on that play.
Here's Westbrook after the made shot from Dwayne Wade. Westbrook with a wide-open look. Loses the defender with the screen and drills the jumper.
Could be the first of many mid-range jump shots we see from him today.
Chalmers against Westbrook. Chalmers dishes the ball. That's good.
Pretty impressive. 5 straight makes to start this game.
About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Outside Jackson. Westbrook a screen on Wade. Jackson passes to Westbrook. Good.
Well, he's off to a good start, and he's a guy who we know. I mean, if he gets going early, he can give you problems all day.
The Heat leading by 4. Three-pointer, Wade, and good on the basket. Hook it. Wade's got 9.
So far, so good for them at the offensive end here in the early going.
Boy, the field goal percentage is fantastic. Exactly the kind of start they were hoping for.
Now here's Westbrook. And Serge Ibaka, the bucket on the assist by Westbrook.
Beautiful dish down low.
First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. And Chalmers kicks to Bob. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Well, he may lack grace, but his length makes up for it. He can still throw it down there.
Well, you don't have to be a fantastic leaper when you're his size.
Well, it's too bad because with a little more athleticism, can you imagine how dangerous he'd be underneath the boards?
Here's Ibaka, and finally they hit one. Ibaka's got his second basket of the game.
Another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively so far.
Yeah, I think that could really set things up well the rest of the game. Pound the ball inside and let your perimeter players play off your big.
And the basket by Wade. He were really in a class class of their own last year when it came to offensive firepower and shot an amazing rate.
Yeah, they ended with a 50% shooting mark, which is really just off the chart. So that entire season at that clip. Impressive.
They get it back. The Heat leading by 7. He dishes it to Anderson. They get a hand on it, and that'll be Oklahoma City's ball as it goes out of bounds. Well, Thunder have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the opening tip.
For example, with the Heat, they shot 50% from the floor last year, and the second-place team in that category was the Spurs, less than 49. So incredible shooting from them.
Boy, just by his body language, Kevin, you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Yeah, a little frustrated now, shaking his head after that miss.
Now, here's Chalmers. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. The kick out to Dang. And he had space. That's good, and so Chalmers with the assist. Chalmers has got 3 assists now in this one.
You know, just thinking about the Heat, it seemed every shot they took would go in and they wouldn't settle for anything less than a great look at the basket. That's really how you get to shoot over 50% as a team.
He's got to contribute. He's got to produce if his team's going to get back in it this quarter.
Double team on Wade. Kicks it to Buck. Chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. And that one's good.
Well, with this soft D, they're allowing him to shoot a very high percentage from the field so far.
Yeah, and they're just not offering any resistance, not making anything difficult for them, and they're able to kind of do whatever they want to do.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder. Westbrook with the drive. It's good. Only a few seconds into the shot clock. Westbrook's got 6.
Boy, he's so hard to stop, guys, because he poses a ton of matchup problems for the defense.
Now Chalmers. And Bosch now top of the key. And there's another one for the Heat. Trailing by 11. And Westbrook, here we go. Can't connect from short range. Now Chalmers. He's had some playing time, but no score yet for him. Out of bounds. Oklahoma City takes possession. Adams, he's checked in for Perkins. Here's Westbrook. Sets the pick for Westbrook. Adams dishes to Westbrook, and he goes in for the dunk. That's a mammoth dunk for someone who's far from the biggest guy out there on the floor.
Yeah, perhaps that'll give them the boost they're looking for to get out of the hole here.
Yeah, it should. I mean, if that doesn't fire them up, I don't know what will.
Here's Chalmers, following the score by Oklahoma City. Anderson passes to Dang. 6 to shoot. Chalmers kicks the back.
A lot of high hopes for the Thunder heading into last season's playoffs, and it didn't go quite as they had planned.
Thunder would come back from the first round steer nicely as they got rid of the Clippers in the second round.
And it looked like they would be in for a good fight against the Spurs in the conference finals, but just kind of faded away as that series wore on. And I think that was more what San Antonio did than what the Thunder didn't.
They played their best basketball with Spurs, obviously, late in the season.
They raised it each series until they got to another level.
Hit it at the right time. Danny Granger, he's checked in for Miami. Coles comes in for Mario Chalmers. Westbrook a screen on deck. Westbrook kicks to Durant. Misses the 3.
Boy, I tell you what, the complexion of this game would be completely different if he shot the ball anything like he's capable of.
Wade tries in.
Oh, get it! Oh, what huge advantage for them already.
And as well as they've played at both ends so far, this lead might continue to grow.
is Jackson. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Westbrook kicks to Ibaka, and he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Clark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And I like the way he capped that drive off, guys, with the one-hand punch.
Wade gets the bucket.
I'll tell you what, when you get this kind of effort and efficiency from him, they're a really hard team to beat.
They're trailing by 13. Right side Westbrook. The jump hook. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. And here are the Heat now. Here's Cole. Ranger outside. Over to the wing. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And his first shot of the game, no good.
Well, the shot was there for him, and he had to take it. I don't care if he didn't convert. He's got to take that every time.
From 17 feet out, he squares up and sinks it. That's now 8 points for Serge Ibaka.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but their cutting, their movement together as a unit that's led to that.
Now here's Wade. He's got 15. Dang can't get it to go.
It looked like an easy 2 points right there.
You know he's kicking himself for that. They're in the position they're in right now thanks in no small part to the show that he's putting on in this period.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
You know, all coaches hate defensively when you give up easy points in the game. That's inexcusable. So that's the reason for this timeout.
I think it came down to the fact they were getting beat inside, and that's why the coach called timeout. They were not winning the battle inside.
Roberts is checked in for Bosch. Haslam comes in for Lou Aldang. And it's Napier in for Dwayne Wade. And then for Oklahoma City, Nick Collison's checked in for Ibaka. And Anthony Morrow's subbed in for Jackson. And Westbrook, here we go. And it's thrown down hard with both hands. Out of this world, aerial skills for a guy of his size.
Kevin, that's what separates him from some of the other point guards around the league. The ability to rise and throw it down.
And I wouldn't be surprised if that spurs them on. Maybe sparks a little bit of a comeback here.
Haslam can't get it to go. Russell Westbrook returning last season from a torn meniscus suffered in the first round, Steve, of the 2013 playoffs.
Yeah, and you know, the injury ended up requiring 3 different surgeries over an 8-month span. So a real scare for the Thunder. Fortunately, he came back and looked fantastic in the playoffs. And so there's less concern now over Westbrook's long-term health.
Well, Heat leading by 9. Here's Cole. Buries it from 3-point range.
They couldn't have done a much better start than what they've had here today.
Everything's working, especially offensively, and what a lead they have already to show for.
Westbrook with the bucket.
He's really stepped it up this quarter. Looks like he's determined to get them out of this hole all by himself.
And Cole kicks to Napier. Nobody near Granger. And the Heat another 3.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
Morrow dishes to Collison. At the elbow, Westbrook. Good, and the assist goes to Collison. 16 points for Russell Westbrook.
And they're beginning to fall apart a little bit defensively, especially inside.
Well, that's 4 straight buckets now at the rim.
Here's Cole. And Haslam has it in the corner. Granger outside. 6 to shoot. Here's McRoberts. That's good.
In terms of rebounding, it's been a sensational opening quarter.
I like sensational. That's a good word for it.
Under trailing by 13. Outside Durant. Two-handed slam.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, man, he's got so much power.
Here's Napier. And oh, he hits the buzzer beater.
Boy, ends the quarter with a dead-eye three as the buzzer sounds.
They had that set up, I think, Steve, and he timed it perfectly.
Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Miami.
And the points they're getting in the lane will really help them open up the floor.
Well, another thing that's immediately gone right for them is their three-point shooting.
Trailing by 14. So for Oklahoma City right now, Morrow is the 2 with Durant the 3. Nick Collison out there with Adams. And it's Westbrook in at the point guard. Wants to get it to Collison and does.
Up high and down hard with one hand.
Got a little extra forceful with that one, didn't he?
Yes, sir.
I think he's hoping to kind of get his teammates going a little bit, fellas.
Miami's got a very strong 4 for 5 from three-point land in the ball game. Paper kicks to Cole. There's the pass to Nate. Hazel with it. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the score. On the 2. Fires from the wing. And it's Cole missing. There were a lot of great things Steve accomplished last year by the Heat, both on offense and defense, but at times people would overlook that defense.
Well, they played tremendous defense. I mean, maybe not as consistently as they have in the past, but to be as good as they were, you have to be great defensively. I think sometimes that goes underappreciated.
Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, Kevin, there's no doubting that center Steven Adams came to the league ready to rumble. As Kendrick Perkins put it, he acts like he grew up on the farm chasing hogs. But Adams said it had more to do with growing up playing rugby. He said it was, quote, a combination of that and trying to survive against my brothers and sisters. Keep in mind, he's the youngest of 18 siblings, Kevin.
He doesn't mind taking some leg stories. He just keeps coming. Thank you. They get the rebound. Jones. He gets it to Ball. That makes it just a single-digit lead.
You got to put bodies on the glass right there. They just are not getting it done on the board.
Yeah, they've got to do a much better job of going harder than that to the glass.
Now here's Granger. Right wing. Here's McRoberts. Kicks it out to Granger. Anderson, a screen on Durant. Down low. Another shot with 1 on the clock. And there's the play by Anderson inside. Anderson's got his second best. Under trailing by 10. It's Westbrook with the drive. Rebounded by Anderson. For Miami, they've gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Napier passes to McRoberts. Three-pointer. Granger. There's the bucket. Good. Granger's got 6 points.
He's going to keep banging those home if you give him that much space.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
Josh McRoberts, a pretty unique player. 6'10" power forward. He's an outstanding passer and quality shooter from range. But he's not without weaknesses. He could be a better rebounder and maybe a better defender for a player with his size and athleticism.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Chris Bosh is checked in for Josh McRoberts. Tang comes in for Danny Granger. Wade, he's checked in for Norris Cole. And it's Chalmers in for Napier. The wide open look here for Bosh. And again, Miami with the triple.
And McRoberts' rebounding rate has declined every season in the NBA, and that's 6 straight seasons. A rate last season that's unacceptable for a guy of his size. I mean, he's got to find a way to make a bigger impact.
Now here's Lamb. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Shot to stop the run. The Thunder with another miss.
And Steve, not only is their lead big, but their advantage on the boards is huge too.
Yep, well deserved. I mean, they have worked their tails off on the glass.
Out of bounds, Oklahoma City takes possession. And McRoberts, a starter in his time in Charlotte. His shooting provided spacing for locker room presence Big Al Jefferson to operate inside. Signed by the Miami Heat this offseason, but just before LeBron's decision.
And Kevin, his game certainly would have been a compliment to LeBron, but any team can use a big man who can pass and shoot. And with his athleticism, he still has some upside.
I agree. Wade drives in, and Chalmers kicks to Bosh. Shot clock at 5, and that comes off the assist by Mario Chalmers. Chalmers has got 5 assists in the game. Under trailing by 18. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
Gotta find something right. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Reggie Jackson is really strong and athletic. An excellent driver and finisher, especially when working off the pick and roll.
And Jackson, a good three-point shooter at Boston College. But it seems, Steve, he's still adjusting to the NBA three-point range.
Well, last year he shot about 3 of them per game, Kevin. Made a little more than a third of his attempts. So he needs to shoot a better percentage from the corners in particular. But, you know, as a ball handler, he's a good setup man, good assist man, really good all-around guard.
Now here's Wade. He's got 15. Bosh hits the pick for Wade. Battles through traffic and lays it in. Wade's got 17 now.
Well, as they continue to dominate, you wonder just how much higher this lead might get.
I think it really could get out of hand, and you can credit their defense just as much as their offense for that.
Ibaka with a screen on Wade. Lamb dishes to Ibaka. Feeds to Lamb. Outside Jackson. From 11 feet away. Second chance shot. No good from Lamb. Here's Miami now. It's a 12-2 run here. Good pace. Chalmers with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Bosh hits the pick for Chalmers. Wade, right side. And the Heat, another 3.
They're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results right now.
Yeah. In fact, 3 of the last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Now, here is Ibaka. He's got 8. He kicks it to Durant. Jones. Chip back in for 2.
Boy, nice tip in to salvage the points from the missed shot. They made it work.
Yeah, and those second chance points, Clark, they do add up.
Yes, sir.
They sure do. That's why boxing out is so important defensively. You can't just let a guy get to the rim and not put a body on him.
Here's Wade. A tray. Dang, can't get it to go. Dang against Jackson. He feeds it to Durant. Ibaka sets the pick for Durant. Ibaka drawing the double team. Here's Jones. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Persistence always pays on the offensive glass, guys.
It certainly did there, you're right.
He didn't mess around with it. Straight back up with the hard slam. I love it.
Now, here's Chalmers. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Pass to Anderson. And that comes off the assist by Mario Chalmers. And the Heat lead by 19.
Seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
Yeah, they're making the right play. They're working together, and they're just looking for the best shot they can every possession.
The entire defense was frozen footed. Nobody picked up the shooter, Kevin.
The Heat leading by 17. And it's Wade penetrating. Soft touch off the glass. Wade's got 22 points.
Well, he wasn't phased at all by the bigger man on the low block. I thought he might be.
You know, Steve, I thought maybe he'd prefer to bring him out to the perimeter, but whatever works, go to it. It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Pass to Chalmers. Back to Wade. Bosch, the screen. Wade passes to Bosch. This is to Chalmers. It's up a three, and that is good.
They are wreaking havoc on him with a three-point shot here.
Lazy perimeter defense, but you got to take the shooter's airspace away from him.
Now here's Jackson. Ibaka with the screen on Chalmers. Outside Jackson. Here's Jones. Plenty of room to knock down the shot. Jones has got 8 points in the quarter.
You know, one thing you have to give Coach Eric Spoelstra credit for is he's not wedded to just one approach. I like his ability to be flexible. Remember after the 2011 finals, for example, he really went back to the drawing board and changed Miami's offense to their small ball approach, but also wanted to get LeBron inside more. And the result has been a couple of championship rings.
Here's Wade after Perry Jones's score. Chalmers with the screen for Wade. The dish to Haslam. Out to the right wing. Chalmers against Jackson. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. And the Thunder making a switch here. Morrow's checked in. They're trailing by 20. This is it to Perkins. The feed to Jackson. Perkins with a screen on Chalmers. Morrow kicks to Durant. 3-pointers off the mark. Miami's gotten out of three-point land in the second quarter, going 4 of 5 from downtown. Inside to Bach. And that comes off the assist by Mario Chalmers. 17 points for Chris Bosh. Oklahoma City shooting pretty good tonight at 48%. Ibaka sets the pick for Jackson. And the officials will call the illegal screen out there.
Now, tough call there on that illegal screen.
He didn't look set to me, Steve. I thought that was a good call.
Steven Adams, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Miami leading by 22. Wade outside. Haslam a screen. Wade, double team. The kick out to Dang. 6 on the shot clock. On the wing. And it's Wade. That time on the assist by Dang. 24 points for Wade.
Well, offensively, he's taken a solid opening quarter and just built on it here in the second.
And it's out of bounds to the Thunder as Oklahoma City retains possession. Russell Westbrook's checked in for Reggie Jackson. Perkins again. Durant attacking. Well, with Russell Westbrook playing this entire season with his team, Kevin Durant had to step up his game, both as a scorer and as a playmaker.
And Kevin, you know, he responded with a historic MVP season, a career high in scoring and assists, all while cutting his rate of turnovers and shooting with remarkable efficiency.
And Durant last season with the longest streak of consecutive 30-point games in over a decade. He got to 12 in a row. And only stopped this streak because they were blowing out the Nets on the road in the fourth quarter, and they decided to rest him.
Miami leading by 22. And here is Chalmers. Now Haslam inside. Out to Wade. 5 on the clock. Haslam a screen on Westbrook. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
When you look at the incredible numbers for Durant last season, how about this? Being the first player since MJ, Michael Jordan, back in '92 to average over 30 points and 5 assists. Wow. Wild shooting over 50%. I mean, you talk about historic season. That's some tall cotton.
Catching up on the changes with Miami. Danny Granger is checked in for Bosh. are shooting a pretty cool 37% from the floor in the second. Not what they're looking for. Durant attacking and blocked. Tries again. Perkins with the bucket. Now here's Wade. He's got 24. 102 left in the first half. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for two. Dwayne Wade last season drawing motivation from Kevin Durant. Durant said that his former teammate James Harden had passed Wade as one of the top 10 players in the league.
Yeah, and Wade vowed to make Durant respect his place in history. Durant said, hey, don't tell me, show me. And some back and forth before the season even began between the two stars. Very interesting.
And Wade, as with all great players, has tremendous pride, and he's dealt with knee problems. As he's dealt with his knee problems, he's listened for those doubters who say he's too old, too injured, too slow to be a factor. And I wouldn't be surprised if those words have been used as motivation by Dwayne Wade.
Now here's Westbrook. He's got 16. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
Guys, he shot a very good percentage today, and they've needed it.
The Heat making a switch here. Napier's checked in.
And the Heat resting Wade strategically last season. He sat out a lot of back-to-back games trying to keep him healthy. One thing's for sure, when he's on the court, he's still one of the best in the game.
The Heat leading by 19. Here's Cole. Now Haslam. He dishes it to Cole. On the pass to Haslam. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. Here's Napier. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Napier's got 5.
And what jumps out at you guys, the assist total. They have been dominant in that category. It's the ball movement, the player movement, great rhythm to their offense.
Clearly seems to me a different mindset between these teams.
Here's Durant. Good. A nice assist from Westbrook. Westbrook's got 4 assists in the game.
Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it didn't work. Not if it results in that shot.
Here's Cole. No good on the buzzer beater. And so a pretty lopsided game for the first half. Heat lead by 19. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, I'm here with Russell Westbrook. And Russell, how confident are you that regardless of what defender you see in front of you, you can get what you want?
Very confident. I have a lot of confidence in myself. I put a lot of work in the summer, so I'm very confident.
Russell, thank you so much. Kevin, hard work pays off.
in at the small forward position. That's the group on the floor for Miami. Now here's Westbrook. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Russell Westbrook, maybe the most athletic and explosive point guard ever to play in the NBA. Some people would say, what about you?
Well, you know, it's hard to say ever, but Russell Westbrook clearly plays with the kind of ferocity that I've not seen at the point guard position. The only guy that comes to mind is probably Derrick Rose prior to his injury. I think Westbrook's aggression powering through contact probably gives him the edge. I mean, he plays almost angry.
A lot of torque.
A lot of torque. I mean, it's something to behold. I've not quite seen a guy at the point guard spot bring that kind of athleticism and speed and tenacity to the position.
Well, I like how you mentioned Rose because I would agree, and that's a great way to kind of figure out where he is when Rose is healthy.
Yeah, exactly.
The pre-injured Rose was
right in that same category.
You got it.
And Russell Westbrook, maybe the most explosive first step in the league. He doesn't just get an angle on his defender. He leaves them completely behind with a free run to launch all those shots around the rim.
Well, Westbrook, once he blows by that first defender, he is absolutely fearless attacking the help defense. High-flying power dunks, finishes with both hands. He's a bad, bad man.
Well, Luol Deng was supposed to have a lot more help in Chicago as they got healthy, but injuries struck once again. They were forced to ship Deng off to help in the next rebuilding project. First time Deng has ever played in a different uniform.
Well-placed jumper from the free throw line. 10 points for Kevin Durant. And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. The Heat leading by 18. And Chalmers kicks to Bosch. Anderson is screen on Ibaka. Bosch dishes to Anderson. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. And Luol Deng, Clark, one of only 5 goals in history to play in a 10th year with the team, the 4th leading scorer in their franchise's history.
And Kevin Coach Thibodeau called him the glue of the team, the Velcro guy. But despite everything he meant to the organization, his free agency weighed heavily. He refused a significant extension offer, so he felt they had to go in a different direction.
Just 4 to shoot. Lead with it. Westbrook picks him up. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Shot clock at 6. The 11-footer. That one wide left.
He had a defender draped all over. Not really the best shot there.
Well, not the shot you hope for when it's well contested like that.
Now here's Wade. He's got 26. The kick out to Deng. He sinks the 11-footer. Deng's got 4 points this quarter. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
Luol Deng is the definition of a game. He averaged over 38 minutes a game over the last 5 seasons with the Bulls. Played with a fractured thumb, torn ligaments in his wrist. He always goes all out at both ends every time he's on the court.
Here is Ibaka. He's got 8. Westbrook kicks to Jackson. It's stolen by Deng. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Chalmers passed to Bosch. Poked away. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's Westbrook. Miami grabs the miss. Wade's got his 5th rebound in this one.
Well, they need a shot or two to fall here soon. They're only 1 of 4 since the break.
Thunder trailing by 20.
And when you talk about the physical toll for Deng playing those long minutes, tremendous discipline and dedication to keep his body ready to go. And his hard work and leadership has to be missed by the Bulls on and off the court. Boy, he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the defense.
And for the Heat, their shooting has been out of this world. 74% for the field. jam.
Guys, that's simply superb. Ball pressure, a run out, and then a dunk in transition.
Exactly, Clark, what they wanted. The aggressive defense to lead to.
Yeah, points in transition.
Yeah, that's why you want to make the other team feel uncomfortable handling the ball, because you can get easy points out of it at the other end.
And Verdang, back in the 2013 playoffs, he tried to practice the complications from a spinal tap. You don't hear that very often. That was a life-threatening condition.
And Kevin, he was unhappy with his care during that incident and said nobody from the Bulls checked up on him at the hospital. So I think that cast a real cloud over their ensuing contract negotiations.
Always going up for the alley-oop here. Durant against Chalmers. Feeds it to Wade. 5 to shoot. Inside the box. The kick out to Dang. Puts one up from 19. And there's another one for the Heat.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
They're trailing by 19. Ibaka sets the pick for Westbrook. Ibaka with a screen on Chalmers. Shot off the screen and hits. And it's Miami the other way. The biggest lead of the game was 24 points. Dang kicks to Chalmers. 8 on the wing. And he dunks it down. Now, Clark, I'm guessing that wasn't the plan for the D on that trip.
I'm agreeing with you there. Once they opened the lane up for him, that was a little emphasis on that pass.
Take what the defense gives you and then just power it home, right? Why not?
And so it's Oklahoma City with it. The Heat getting the bucket. Ibaka against Bosch. Here's Perkins. It's going to be 2 free throws. True contact on the shot. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Miami.
Guys, the passing we've seen from them has been tremendous. Very unselfish.
And they're getting so much penetration on the defense that they're getting a lot of easy buckets as a result of breaking down that defense.
And the Thunder making a change here. Lamb's checked in.
Chris Anderson, the Birdman, has been a great fit in Miami. I think they got a steal in this veteran big man. He's got tremendous bounce, bangs the glass, he's a rim protector, and he finishes with force and finesse sometimes.
Now here's Dang. 10 points for him. Shot clock at 3. The Heat need to get a shot off. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. And the Thunder making a change here. Jones is checked in. Trailing by 20. It's Westbrook with the try. And he bangs it home with one hand. That's doing some skyscraping.
We're talking about a point guard there, Kevin. He can really raise up.
Flashy pass, monster dunk, whatever it is, these guys got the versatility to do it.
Miami leading by 18.
And Chris Anderson, certainly one of the more colorful characters in the league. Always a fan favorite with the tattoos, the mohawk, the energy. Just a great fit on this Miami defense that's built around quickness and athleticism.
That's basketball 101, guys. I mean, elementary. Use the screen to free yourself and then take it straight to the rack.
Yeah, very nice set play for him.
Well, that's using your head and using your body.
That drops.
These guys know each other well, clearly, because that was a beautiful pass.
The Heat have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second half. Tremendous efficiency. And 2 years ago, Anderson missed the first half of the season under investigation. It turned out that he was the victim of a vicious internet hoax.
Yeah, pretty wild and crazy stuff. I mean, he was finally cleared of any wrongdoing and bounced back nicely, signing with the Heat. He's played a very important role on this championship team.
Now here's Lamb. Looking for his first basket still in this one. And it's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession here. Here's Westbrook. Puts it up off the inbound. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
Would have been lucky to knock that shot down.
Yeah, that kind of shot will definitely get you the high eyebrows from the coach and maybe get you a seat on the bench.
Now to Westbrook. Oklahoma City moving it around. Pocket 6. Westbrook missing again.
He's been wayward and just off about everything he's put up in this period.
Wade gets to Anderson. Anderson's got 8 points.
The delivery in the lane is perfectly done.
Thunder shooting a respectable 47% from the field in this one. Just to Westbrook. Screened by Ibaka. Westbrook against Chalmers. Ibaka dishes to Westbrook. Banked in off the glass. Westbrook's got 5 points now in the quarter.
I'll tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
Heat leading by 18. And Chalmers kicks to Dang. Anderson, a screen on Durant. Back to Chalmers. He feeds it to Buck. Good as Chalmers with the assist that time. 20 points for Chris Bosh.
He may be the guy to put this game even farther out of reach.
Westbrook passes to Jones. Now here's Lamb. Not a lot of room. Outside Westbrook. Now here's Lamb. Wade is covered. Westbrook. The rebound by Anderson. Anderson's got 2 rebounds here tonight. So active. Chalmers with a screen for Wade. He kicks to Chalmers. Durant against Buck. He's one J on the way. And the Heat get another bucket right there.
What a great possession, guys. Got a really good look there.
Guys, if they're going to make a run, no time like the present.
This has not been a pretty picture. I certainly expected a better game than what we've gotten so far. Rock hard finish there, guys.
And only one hand needed for that one.
The Statue of Liberty, I believe it's called. Look at the Thunder. They're really the epitome of patience. Build through the draft model. Constructing a contender with consistency. Just a solid approach every day. That's why they are year in and year out.
Trailing by 21. Westbrook kicks to Durant. Miami grabs the miss. Anderson's got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him.
All the buckets he's poured in today have put them in a terrific position heading into the stretch.
Thunder shooting 41% from the floor so far in the third. Ibaka with a screen on Wade. He set the pick. Lamb dishes to Westbrook. Goes up to the stripe. That one goes. Count. Westbrook's got 7 points for the quarter. The Heat leading by 21. And Chalmers kicks to Wade. Wade double team. Dang attack. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
Well, even with the double team, he had the vision to find the open man.
Thunder shooting 48% from the field. Not bad at all. Pass to Lamb. Dishes it to Durant. .109 left to play in the third. 6 to shoot. Another shot. Ibaka. Rebound by Mario Chalmers. Miami's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. The screen. Chalmers with it. Jones covering. Dang gets a wide open look. Here's Bosh. Goes up and lays it easy. Bosh has got 24 points.
If you battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on the follow, just like he got there.
And that'll be Oklahoma City as it goes out of bounds. Thunder retain possession. And the Heat going with the whole new group on the floor. The Thunder also changing it up. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Ibaka. Allison comes in for Jones. And Anthony Morrow subbed in for Jeremy Lamb. Here's Morrow. And he's good on the 3-ball. Morrow's got 5 points so far.
There is no way a player like him can be left wide open like that. Did you pay attention to the scouting
seconds left to play in the third. Outside Durant. And Oklahoma City again with the bucket. The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. Miami ahead, opening up a huge gap. Back after this from the American Airlines Arena. And how about a look now at our assist to the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
This was a showstopper, wasn't it? Just a difficult pass to make. It makes it flawless to set up that alley-oop.
And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession.
Boy, just a brain cramp, guys. I mean, that should have been the simplest of exchanges.
Oklahoma City shooting at 48% from the floor. Looking good. So for Oklahoma City right now, Durant and Collison at the 3 and the 4. Anthony Morrow out there with Russell Westbrook. And it's Adams in at the 5. Now here's Westbrook. Shot from the wing. And that one goes long. Well, Heat leading by 22. To the middle. Heat moving the ball around. Nobody near Granger. A three-pointer is right on target. Granger's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Heat. Here's Morrow.
Well, you know, as teams become more and more focused on getting good looks in close at the rim, the value of great defensive big men inside just continues to rise. And it's tough to be a contender without a rim protector.
Where was he going with that pass? I mean, that's just an awful turnover.
Eustace is checked in for the Thunder. Reggie Jackson comes in for Russell Westbrook. Now the dish tomorrow. For the 3, it's good. The assist this time from Jackson. And with the new camera systems, it's easier to measure defense, going beyond block shots to look at which, for instance, big men diminish shooting percentages in their area.
Yeah, no surprise. I mean, names like Dwight Howard, Roy Hibbert, Serge Ibaka. But interesting that that reputation has value defensively when players hesitate to go inside.
Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. Pass it to Adams. Here's the feed tomorrow. Here's Eustace. To the wing right side. Pocket 6. On the wing, Jackson. Here's Adams. It's blocked. But they get it back. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
He went a decent amount of time before his first turnover there. It's really been a good, safe stretch of basketball from him to this point.
Chris Bosh is checked in for Miami. The Thunder also changing it up. Perkins comes in for Adams. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Eustace. Here's Cole. He lobs it up. Looks for Bosh. Gets it to him. Good on the baseline jam. Bosh has got 26.
Wow, such a steady hand. He's the one responsible for getting them this late lead.
Can't argue with that at all, Steve. His shooting percentage has been off the charts.
Now here's Jackson. Perkins with the screen for Jackson. Shoots from the high post, and he gets it to go.
I wasn't so sure he could get it turned around after that poor first half, but he's got it rolling here a little bit in the second.
And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Inside to Bosh. There's the pass to Nathan. Stolen. And here we go with Morrow running it up the court. And Granger with the block. Second shot opportunity. Chris Bosh with the rebound. Bosh has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Granger kicks to Bosh. Granger is screen on Jackson. Bosh passes to Granger. Feeds it to Cole. And the dunk to finish it off. Ah, beauty. He is capable, Clark, of some incredible athleticism.
And we just got a chance to see it on full display right there.
Well, you got to love a point guard who can finish like a power forward.
Now here's Jackson. Kicks it to Westbrook. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time. That's 28 points for Russell Westbrook. For Miami, they've gone a perfect 4-4 to start the final quarter. Can't ask for anything more than that. Double team on Bosch. Pass to Nathan. They set the pick. Back to Bosch. Shot clock at 6. He dishes it to McRoberts. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way.
Boy, they've been so sound offensively in the second half. I love the way they're playing.
Yeah, there's really no comparison in the shooting percentages between the teams since the break.
The drive by Jackson. Again, Oklahoma City. And Miami has possession. Here's Cole over to the left wing.
Well, you know, this last draft class was one that had been hyped up for such a long time with the big names, primarily Wiggins, Parker, and Embiid, all being viewed as potential franchise players. I'm not quite sure of that, but they certainly are tremendous talents. A lot of teams knew that, and it became a bit of a race to the bottom for some franchises.
A screen on Westbrook. And Cole kicks to Napier. Pocket 6. Left side Bosch. In the corner, Granger with it. And again, Miami with the triple.
His performance from long range has been incredible.
I know that was your shot, Steve, and today it's his too.
Jackson dishes to Perkins. At the elbow, Westbrook. The 10-footer. And again, it's Oklahoma City.
He has not lost his focus today. Even when things haven't gone his team's way, he's still bringing it.
Miami's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Bosch, a screen on Westbrook. Pass to McRoberts. In the corner, Granger with it. Granger, right side. The kick out to Bosch. Takes the 3. And it's Napier missing. Oklahoma City's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. And Westbrook, here we go. Can't connect from 13 feet out. He'd have gotten some of the 8 shots to fall here in the fourth. A tremendous offensive output. Here's Napier, guarded by Jackson. Over in the corner, Cole. Passes to Napier. To the paint. Here's McRoberts. And he uses the glass on the lane. McRoberts has got 4 this quarter.
And they've set up countless buckets off assists. That's a huge part of what they've been doing here today.
A lot of dime dropping going on out there, Steve.
Now here's Perkins. Westbrook drives in. Oklahoma City moving it around. Dishes to Perkins. Right wing. Jackson with it. Fires at the elbow. It's holding by the Heat. Bosch has got rebound number 12 here already in the game.
More often than not today, those shots have not dropped for him.
And there's the 3-second call. This one on the DVD.
Well, the old days of the dollar-for-dollar luxury tax are gone. They do more punitive luxury tax. Really changing the way the league does business. Teams like the Knicks and the Lakers and the Celtics, high-revenue teams, they're not nearly as willing to go into that tax anymore. So it really has kind of leveled the playing field.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Haslam comes in for Chris Bosh. And it's Williams in for Cole. Jerry Jones is checked in for the Thunder. Jeremy Lamb comes in for Russell Westbrook.
Boy, that was impressive. Major height disadvantage, but he still got the shot up over his man.
Well, he's got the poise to handle any matchup, and he's not easily intimidated. You can see that there.
Here's Morrow. To the wing on the left. Now here's Lamb. Defense is right there. Hits the jumper in space. And Steve, you mentioned the new luxury tax, and Clark and I talk about it all the time. It's an incremental system. Clark, it starts at 150% and above the $15 million over the cap. The tax is 325%.
And Kevin, that's before you get into the repeater penalties. If a team pays the luxury tax 4 out of 5 seasons in a row, you tack on another 100%. Those numbers could even affect big market teams.
Here's Haslam following the basket by Jeremy Lamb. Goes up off the pick. And the jam by Udonis Haslam.
Boy, taking it hard to the rack for the big throwdown.
And give an unofficial assist, Clark, to his teammate for setting the screen that freed him up.
Yeah, good call, Kevin. That was really the key to the play.
Now here's Lamb. And there's the whistle. The illegal screen.
They're starting to go in the wrong direction in terms of turnovers. That's slowly becoming a problem here. Well, if you're going to set a screen like that, you've got to make sure your feet are set.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I thought maybe he was set that time, Steve. I thought it was a good screen on his part.
Cole's check in for Miami. Here's Cole.
Well, the league is making a push for more transparency with its officiating since last season. And I really think that's the way to go. They're sharing memos with teams and the media. I think it's a great step, really, because, again, with all of the information and technology available, fans are able to see more and their expectations are higher. When you can do it at a higher level to help get things right, I think transparency is a good thing for the officials. To help people understand how difficult their jobs are and the great job that they do as officials.
Here's Haslam, and he goes in for the tie.
Boy, he wanted everybody in the building to know who threw that one down.
Hanging on the rim is, I guess, one way to do it.
Well, it's the best way to do it, as long as you don't get teed up, I guess.
Here's Jackson. The Heat getting the bucket. Jones kicks to Lamb. Jones sets the pick for Lamb. Left side, Jones. Lamb with the ball. Working on Williams. No good from Lamb. And when it comes to officiating, players have said the main thing they're concerned with is consistency.
That's right. That way they can make the adjustment to how the game's being called. And I think you talk about that open dialogue and transparency, and that can only help. Communicating how certain situations are going to be interpreted.
Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Miami's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Dish out to Haslam. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Well, 2 seasons ago, the Heat were rolling. They won a franchise record 66 games. 27 of those came consecutively. Last season, they managed the regular season. They knew they had to pace themselves in an effort to try to win a 3rd straight championship.
And last season, I'd say, guys, the Heat more or less just conceded that #1 seed to the Pacers.
Yeah, almost like a marathon runner. They just didn't want to burn out early, so they just kind of found their pace throughout the season. And they weren't worried too much about the home seed. They were concerned more with their own health. And I thought Eric Spoelstra handled all of those dynamics perfectly.
Now, here's Adams. Here's Lamb. Hansen from downtown. Lamb's got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just total obliteration. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for Miami.
Tonight, they did a great job of getting everyone involved. They had the good passing, and that led to some open shots.
Yeah, it's a fun way to play, and it's fun to watch, too.
Cole's shot is good.
Time to turn out the lights on this game.
I think they deserve a ton of credit for the way they played here today. Truly a professional display.
Now here's Jackson. Jones sets the pick for Jackson. He feeds it to Morrow. Back to Jackson. Now here's Lamb. He's guarded by Williams. Here's Jackson. From outside, off the mark. And Miami shooting has been wild. 76%. That's just unbelievable.
Look at how quickly their lead has grown over the course of the last few possessions.
Boy, they've really saved their best for last, haven't they?
And the Thunder with the possession here. After the Heat pick up 2. Over in the corner, Lamb. Back to Jackson. 24 seconds left in the fourth. Looking good. Here's Cole. And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. How much to be critical of with this win, Clark?
Not at all. I mean, they showed up not just to play, they showed up to give great effort and to win, and they did both.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Dwayne, you had a huge impact out there tonight. Did you feel like you needed to shoulder more of the load than usual?
Well, when you're on the basketball floor, you got to do something. You got to make an impact, and I decided to make an impact either way. So our guys did a great job. That's what it's all about right now.
You did many things tonight, Dwayne. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
Doris, thank you. And for Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, and the rest of our great 2K Sports crew. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for joining us as Jordan presents our player of the game, Chris Bosh.